Gilt is definitely a high-profile restaurant. It is located in a spot that's really inside the Palace Hotel. That alone gives you a sense of the upscaleness of it. It used to be the space that hosted Le Cirque, which was New York's most famous and most respected restaurant for decades. What happened was a year of nothing in there, and then finally this chef, Paul LeBrant, who's very young, about 30 years old, decides he's going to do his super creative cuisine inside this landmark. Gilt is one of the few restaurants left in New York City that requires jackets for men. It's old world regal, paired now with Paul LeBrant's very modern, contemporary European cuisine. He's known for having developed some very risque cuisine at places like Atlas. I think in the past he's even been known to ask diners to go blindfolded and eat in the dark or without looking, and he really crafts these sculptures almost out of the food. So it's going to be an expensive meal for sure, high-end meal, creative food. There's a tasting menu that you can have that's about $92 and another one for $155, depending on how many courses you want. I actually think almost anything you order is going to be good, interesting, and possibly filling. I remember the roast venison being something that was notable only because it's not that easy to cook venison. He just pairs it with some notable, almost marmalade-like flavors so that you get the meat with like a kind of sweetness. That was the dish that stood out for me. And the pastry chef is someone who comes from Le Bernardin, so you're going to be getting some fine desserts as well. The other things to note about this restaurant are that there's going to be, every course is going to be somehow decadent or seemingly extravagant or filled with an ingredient that is delicious and rich, So it may be that Dungeness crab comes with a confit of foie gras, or you might get diverse scallops that come with black truffles.
And how about service?
Well, the interesting thing about service and pricing, since they kind of go hand in hand, is you're paying top dollar. I found that the service, when I went, was consistently knowledgeable, sort of that sense of always available but never hovering, which is what you want.
Perfect.
Things to watch out for are, there were more supplements when the restaurant first launched, and the supplements meant somewhere around $15 extra if you want a particular dish as part of your prefix. So it might be that, okay, that's great that you want the Dover sole, but that's going to be $15 extra. Any of the others will be the normal price. Okay. Also, the wine list has been taken to task.
I was going to ask about this. I want to hear about the per glass.
Normally when someone says, the wine cost between $15 and $40, you think it's a bottle, but in this case, that's generally speaking the price per glass.
So overall, do you think it's worth the price?
The surprising thing is that there are more expensive restaurants in New York, and you often don't feel like you get as much at these other restaurants. It may be a fancy decor, and it may be that the wine list is fantastic, and the food might even taste good, but you don't feel like they put so much thought into it, and that each course was just meticulous and was really entertaining. To me, I come away from this place feeling like this guy had a vision, it was realized, and it's totally fun.
And there you have it. If you're looking for a special, high-profile meal, head to Gilt. To order your own weekly copy of Time Out New York magazine for only $19.97 a year, call 1-866-929-1112. And always stay one step ahead.